Merry Christmas from Bloodbath TV. The holidays are all about bringing people together, and who better to show us than Jim Henson himself as we enter the JHU with a Muppet Family Christmas.
Oh, mind your step. Be careful, there's an icy patch there.
Growing up with all types of shows from Jim Henson, it's wonderful to have a Christmas special, especially one that takes people out of the caves, off the streets, and even out of show business to a little farmhouse owned by Fozzie Bear's mom. At the time, this was mind-blowing. Of course, we know Kermit from both Muppets and Sesame Street, but as a kid, you didn't really put two and two together. We didn't really realize that they lived in the same universe, so this blew a lot of kids' minds, and it still blows mine today. Revisiting this and then having Fraggle Rock thrown into the mix with Doc and Sprocket.
Yes, I'm Doc. Are you my landlady?
It's just Muppet overload, and I loved every second of it.
Fozzie is surprising his mom over the holidays because he assumes she's always alone. So our story is basically Fozzie and the gang heading to see his mom. Mom plans to go on a trip.
I'm going to lie on the beach and catch some rays. Waka waka.
And poor Doc and Sprocket just wanted to escape and have a little rejuvenation with a holiday to themselves.
We've been wanting to spend a nice, quiet Christmas in the country.
And then it just turns into like a wild house party.
And somehow Fraggle Rock was already there. I don't know what they were doing. They had their own cave. They must just have like a cave underneath the entire world where they could just pop up and shock Sprocket out of nowhere. And then we have the subplot of Kermit and Miss Piggy are separated. They just want to be together, but Miss Piggy has a lot of stuff going on. She's got like a whole boudoir shoot happening. She's shopping. There's a big winter storm, so Kermit, being the nervous wreck that he's always been, he's just like hoping that she can get through the storm and they can reunite on Christmas.
But Miss Piggy's out there in that storm.
5, 6.
And he's got little Robin there, his little nephew, who's just absolutely adorable. I personally forgot all about Robin, and I'm sorry.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I thought there was only one little green lizard that I loved.
Oh yeah, the lizard.
Well, Frog, actually.
That side story was good, but my personal favorite side story is the turkey and the Swedish chef, or even just the turkey side story in general, because you get that gonzo comedy in there with him and Camilla. They're like button noses for who's gonna bang the chicken.
Let's me and you go out to the farmyard for a little friendly scratching and squawking.
And then the turkey's like pulling tricks on everyone, saying Sprocket's the turkey to the Swedish chef.
The dog is not the turkey. The turkey's the turkey. You turkey.
But when he sees Big Bird, oh, that reaction.
If you think I'm a nice fat bird, look at this!
That was the best. Yeah, like the whole time he's just like trying to eat this turkey. And Gonzo tried to warn him before he went in. He's like, hey man, there's like a Swedish guy in there and he is going to eat you. He even like sizes him up.
Gobble, gobble, torky, fitsky, witsky.
Of course,
And yeah, Big Bird comes in and Swedish Chef is just like,
Gobble, gobble, humongo.
like he's losing his mind. He can feed the whole town with Big Bird.
Did you wish to talk to me about something, Mr. Cook, sir?
Oh, yeah.
It really comes to show you how quickly you can change somebody's mind with kindness. Because he's like, hey man, I made you this bird seed. I got this bird seed, chocolate covered bird seed. You want that? He's like, don't you miss your family? I know you have family over in Sweden. And immediately he's like, okay, I'll eat the bird seed. We can just have this cranberry and wheat.
Shredded wheat and cranberry sauce. My absolute favorite.
It was adorable. It was great. I love seeing the interactions between Sesame Street and the Muppets.
But it's funny because we never get the interactions of certain people. You don't see Bert and Ernie talking with Kermit and Fozzie. You don't see Grover talking with Miss Piggy because it's the same voice actors. It's literally Frank Oz and Jim Henson. Just imagine seeing Bert and Ernie having a conversation with Kermit and Fozzie like off screen. You're like, who's talking? I don't know who's saying what.
Oh, thank you. That my kind of fella.
I did like just these little interactions, like Rizzo the Rat.
hey, maybe I could bunk out here with you.
I never had a rat in my trash can before.
I mean, Doc was great. As one of the only human actors in this film, he's just acting with a bunch of puppets. Like, he's killing it, and he had some like real heartfelt moments too.
You see, Sprocky and I were gonna spend Christmas alone, but this is better.
And you can't have a good Muppet movie without musical numbers. And boy, did we have a lot of songs. Maybe the last one was a bit drawn out. It went for like 15 minutes. The medley of the Muppet multiverse. But I think the best song was in Fraggle Rock.
What you give is what you gain when you pass it on.
They're just talking about passing their little rock around because they've got this one rock that they share around. It's been going around for 37 years. It means we're exactly the same age as the Fraggles. They just pass this rock around and then they're just like, pass it on.
Right, gotta pass it on.
Anyone who's ever had a kidney stone, that's the song you need to sing.
La la, pass it on.
There's horror movies where this would also be fitting.
When it feels real good, like a feeling should. When it's understood, gotta pass it on.
I loved when you saw like live action Muppet Babies, because like at the time, Muppet Babies cartoon was like the best.
Even weirdos are cute when they're babies.
And I fucking cracked up because Miss Piggy's playing with a little frog. And I'm like, wow, Kermit was really small. I didn't realize that was a toy.
The one thing that kind of bugged me with like the lore of the Muppet universe.
That's what you're all here for.
Yeah.
The Muppet lore we've got for you.
Where's Skeeter? Like Scooter and Skeeter were like brother sister in Muppet Babies, and Scooter's all over the place. But like Skeeter never really existed in like live action Muppets. Where's Snuffleupagus?
He wouldn't have fit in that house anyway. It's actually a darker subplot. The Fraggles brought them there, already destroyed him and ate him. You know, that's why Swedish Chef wasn't too concerned. He's like, we don't need to cook the bird. I already got some Snuffleupagus shoulder. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Elephants should be safe this Christmas, I hope. And I'd be upset if we didn't talk about the ultimate showdown between Statler and Waldorf and Fozzie and his new friend, the Snowman. They just wanted to come in and do a bit, and these fucking critics were just cutting them to shit.
These two comics are made for each other. The snowman is ice cold and the bear's not so hot.
I know we do that sometimes. Like, people are trying to do their bits when they're making their little indie films, and sometimes they're just dog shit and you need to rip on them. And that's exactly what they did. But it's Christmas Day, come on. You gotta be nice. That's why we did this movie, and we didn't rip another, like, cheesy B movie.
Hey, Fozzie!
Yes, Mr. Snowman.
Did you hear about the church that burned down? Holy smoke!
The very end, when you see Jim Henson in the kitchen, how sad was that?
Well, they certainly seem to be having a good time out there, Sprocket.
He was a great guy. He created so many lovable characters.
And terrifying ones. Those of you who've watched
Dark
Crystal, you know.
Oh my god, those vulture guys.
Can you imagine?
And
if
even
they...
just the nymphs, those whatever the hell they're called. I think they're called gelfings, but I could be confusing that with like a Pornhub search term. I'm not sure.
Jim Henson is no stranger to dropping those porn subtleties. I mean, he named a character Gonzo.
And fun fact, this is all taking place in Mike's apartment. I thought it was so precious. When Miss Piggy finally comes, they're done doing their song, and Kermit just nestles up to her and just like puts his head on her shoulder. And it's just so cute. They have their disagreements all the time. And maybe some of their friends don't quite understand their relationship or accept it.
Hello, give me presents!
Welcome me.
Oh, pig.
A lot of moments, a lot of special moments in this.
A lot of hazards, too. Everyone kept slipping on that ice.
Yeah, you gotta watch the Icy Patch.
Careful of the icy patch.
Or when Miss Piggy gets blown away in the storm.
And she got like the mud in the face when she's just trying to like get the cab going. They did warn her though. She took her sweet fucking time.
There's a terrible storm outside, and I really think it's too dangerous to travel.
Nonsense. And miss my Christmas Eve with Boo? It's just a little bit of snow.
At the end of the day, it's just a really fun special to revisit, especially if you grew up with any of these characters, and I'm certain you have because almost everybody grew up with Sesame Street and the Muppets, which is another testament of time for Jim Henson. So I'm gonna give this 4.5 Cookie Monster doing what Cookie Monster does best out of 5.
This is a holiday classic. I will watch this every year, and I hope to let my kids watch this every year because it's got everything you could ask for in a Christmas special. I just am a sucker for the Muppet movies, and this is one that will always stick with me, and I'm happy it still holds up to this day. So with that being said, I give this film 5 blue steel piggies out of 5.
Oh, yes. That pouty thing. Oh.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your favorite Muppet Christmas movie, because there are more. We almost did a Muppet Christmas Carol, which is another strong entry in the Muppet Christmas universe. But we wanted some Sesame Street characters, come on. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything here on Bloodbath TV. And everybody have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.
Ta-da! Merry Christmas!